Welcome to Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, where the Anderson County Bearcats, holders of a 1-0 record, are taking on the Meade County Green Waves, who are 0-1. I'm here with the voice of the Bearcats, Keith Klink. I'm Lanny Brannick. Welcome to Anderson County Sports TV. Good game tonight, Keith. Big team coming in here. Lost last week by a single point in a kind of a heartbreaking game. Went for two, didn't make it.
Yeah, and last year, as a matter of fact, Meade pretty much thrashed Anderson, beat them 49-0 in a game that was pretty much over at the half. And looks like we're getting ready to kick it off here, and we'll head right to the field.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. That's Anderson Apothecary.
Looks like Anderson's receiving unit is going out. Yep.
We will join this game live in progress. Right now we are taping. We have a little bit of a technical issue up here. No shock there. This is internet streaming TV.
Okay, deep for Anderson's number 33, Charles Alexander Collins, Brendan Maxberry, Zach Labhart, Scrap Russell. Behind them, in front of them, Aaron Chilton, Justin Wilhite, John Michael Woolhams, Jacob Redmond, Brandon Aldridge, Chase Fink, and Joe Taylor. Meade's ready to kick off. And Anderson is not very deep at all.
No.
Collins is on the 15-yard line. And it's a squibber, and boy,
Green Waves recovered that
they
one.
They did. That bounced off Aldridge, and Meade County recovered it. That's a big break for them. Anderson comes out on defense. They've got 73 Brandon Aldridge, Ryan Stratton 70, 78 Mickle Williams, Colton Cornish 54. Meade comes out in a wing tee. There's a handoff to the tailback, and he gets to the outside where he's tackled by Aaron Chilton.
That's number 25, Deshaun Welch. He's a fullback, 6 feet, senior, 231 pounds. Just a basic right-off tackle.
Anderson deep has Wilhite, Maxberry, Chilton, and Anderson jumped. That's going to make it 2nd and 1. Anderson looks a little anxious.
Yeah, it's not the way you want to start off the game by fumbling the opening kickoff.
And that's a first down for Meade County.
Anderson just needs to catch its breath right here and play football the same way it did last week.
One of the big matchups is out here on the end. The number 13 for Meade County is 6'3", and they really like to throw to him.
25.
There's a gain of a couple in the middle of Anderson line, comes in there. That was Ryan Stratton, and our thoughts go out to Ryan and Jagger Gillis. Death of a family member this week. It was very sudden and unexpected.
Ryan's stepfather died.
Anderson's in a 5 front. There's a off-tackle play coming this way, and he's knocked down by Cornish on the 31, where it's going to be 3rd and 2.
That's 5'9" running back Zachary Carter. He's a senior. He only 155 pounds, but it looks like he has some wheels. Last week, Anderson County really made hay by stacking everything up at the line and letting the linebackers clean up. The defensive line for Anderson is huge.
Meade has the wing to the far side. There's the fullback, and he didn't get it. He's a yard short. That's 12, Joe Taylor, 73, Brandon Aldridge. 4th and a yard.
Yard and a piece, maybe. I don't think they're going to punt here.
No.
4th and 1 from their own, or from the Bearcat 31.
This looks like Big Bubba formation right here. That number 2 that Coach Peach talked about on defense, they've got him in the backfield now. There's a counter play this way, and he didn't get it.
Nope.
No, sir.
Nice stop.
That was Aldridge, Wilhite, and Taylor, and the Bearcats will take over 1st and 10.
Aaron Chilton was all over that right from the get-go. He's limping off a little bit to the sideline, but he did his job there.
Anderson comes out. They've got 2 wides to the far side, 1 to this side. They've got
Labhart's in the backfield here.
They've got Aldridge, Boudreau, Stratton, Cornish. Gillis is in the shotgun. Gillis is back. He throws it over to Collins. Collins cuts it back. He's up to the 50. He's inside Meade County territory at the 42-yard line.
Just a little hitch. No one covered him in the slot, and he made one person miss and took it across midfield to the 42-yard line.
Coach Peach said that Anderson has put in a bunch of short passing routes this week.
Well, Gillis looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball that time.
Anderson has wides left and right. There's a handoff to Labhart. There's a big hole. Labhart cuts to the outside. He's to the 10, and he's in for the touchdown. Zach Labhart.
Touchdown.
First time he touched the ball last week, first time he touched the ball this week. Now
someone is hurt in the end zone.
That
is Zach Labhart, and he is down holding his knee.
I don't know what happened to him.
He was celebrating in the end zone, trying to slap hands with his teammate, Jagger Gillis.
Okay, we'll be back in just a minute.
Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
He's trying to put weight on that knee. There's the kick, and it's good with 8:48 to go in the first quarter. Anderson 7, Meade County nothing.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
They've got Collins, Ruwine, Clink, Maxberry, Cornish, Redmond, Fink, Chilton, Russell, and Taylor.
Waylon Allen's back deep for Meade.
Ruwine kicked a couple into the end zone last week. The wind's blowing across the field, which is really unusual. It's usually blowing left to right. Here he comes. There's the kick, and it's well into the end zone, but got a flag.
Looks like it's going back.
Ruwine really got into that one. He kicked that one well back into the end zone. Illegal procedure against Anderson.
I didn't see what the problem was. They're going to pull him back 5 yards.
Coach Peach is not happy.
It just didn't make any sense. I didn't see. I guess they got ahead of the.
Yeah, that'd been offsides.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Ruine's ready to kick again. That's
Another
still a pretty
kick.
good kick. That's down, and it rolls into the end zone, and that's a touchback. And Meade will take over on the 20. Okay, let's see who Anderson comes in there to take Labhart's place.
Anderson County kind of shot itself in the foot to begin the game.
Well, he's up walking.
Fumbling the opening kickoff.
I'm trying to look and see who they've got. They've got Joe Taylor, number 12, in there to take Labhart's place. Anderson's
Taylor, a 5'9" senior, 170 pounds.
There's that stand-up pass, and they say they'll just isolate that number 13 out there and throw it to him. He was their leading receiver last week. He had 7 receptions.
Yeah, Keith, Meade County is not afraid to throw the ball, that's for sure. They had 21 pass attempts last week, 13 completed for 146 yards by Trent Mofield, who one would presume is either the coach's son or grandson.
They're split backs. Quarterback's going straight back. Anderson's trying to get to him. They're going out there deep, and that's overthrown.
Yeah, so this is basically just an isolation play, number 13.
Yep, send the big guy deep.
Mitchell Dozier, 6'4", 195-pound junior. So they just are going to take their chances with him.
Okay, we've got Russell in now. Anderson's kind of shading over there toward the big receiver. There's a counter play to the outside. Anderson's there. Good play there. That was Maxberry that got first contact.
Bearcats are showing their strength. That five-man defensive front is just tough to handle. You don't push them around. They win the line of scrimmage.
Got Collins coming back. Let's see if he's a single safety or if they move somebody else back there. Now, Coach Peach said that their snapper is a little squirrely sometimes. Anderson's didn't see this last week. They've got everybody up there now. There's a snap. It's over his head. It's in the end zone. He throws it, and it's incomplete pass. There was Clink Taylor and Maxberry back there on him, and Anderson will take over on the 23, 1st and 10.
This is exactly the opposite of the way the game went last year against Meade County.
Right.
This year, Anderson has made a mistake, obviously, on the opening kickoff, but ever since then, they've been in complete control of this game.
Okay.
Gillis will be back under center.
They've got Maxberry. Maxberry is the single back. Collins is in the slot. This time they've rolled coverage over there. This is Maxberry. Maxberry's got a hole, and he's probably got a first down. You don't
right at the marker.
You don't lose much when you put Maxberry in there. He might not be as strong as Labhart, but he's probably quicker.
Labhart is over here still sitting down.
They were walking him just a little bit ago. Anderson has a receiver wide to each side. Split backs behind Gillis, pistol formation. There's the handoff. Nope, Gillis keeps it, pitches it back to Collins, and that was a good tackle.
Just a good tackle.
That was a good tackle.
You just tip your hat when a guy brings you down one-on-one like that.
If Collins can get around that gentleman there, they've got the outside blocked.
That's Zach Carter. That's their running back. He's not a big guy, 5'9" senior, but did not miss that tackle.
Anderson has receivers left and right. 2 to this side. Put Collins in motion. There's a counter play to Maxbury, and he's to the 11.
They'll bring up third down. I'm going to guess about 8 or 9.
8 or 9, yep.
They can get a first down here at about the 2-yard line. They do the little hitch pass for a long gain to the slot receiver, Collins.
Anderson has 2 receivers to each side. They're throwing out there to Will Hoyt, and he's going to be close. He's just short. No, is that Will? No, that was Ruwine. That was 3 Ruwine. And Anderson's going to be a yard short.
He's Ruwine not doing well right now. Maybe got the breath knocked out of him. The ball is just inside the 4-yard line. And the Bearcats need about the 2.5.
Anderson has receivers left and right. And, boy, that looked like a jump there, but they didn't do it. And Anderson calls timeout with 5:30 to go in the first quarter, leading 7-0.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Russell to hold. Clinks the long snapper. There's a snap. And it's good. With 5:27 to go in the first quarter, Anderson 10, Meade nothing.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. That's Anderson Apothecary.
Okay, Ruwine ready to kick off. Zach Labhart still down there on the bench. They haven't taken him off yet. Rewind to kick off. And that's out of bounds, and Meade will take over on the 35. 1st and 10. Meade comes out, first and 10. Anderson has let's see, they've got Scrap Russell in there. Well, it's on the 40. I thought they had it started it on the 35, but it's on the 40. Anderson's in a 5 front. There's a sweep coming this way. There's a attempted cut back, and Aldridge knocks him down. Good play by Aldridge and Maxbury for a gain of maybe 1. 2nd and 9. Meade is in split backs. And the middle of Anderson's line just collapsed there. That was Cornish and Stratton. It is 3rd and 7. 3rd and 8 for Meade. This time they've got receivers left and right. They've got 2 receivers this way. Quarterback's in the shotgun. Quarterback's back. Anderson's trying to get a rush. They're just throwing it up. And there's 6'3" against 6 foot. That's exactly what that is. They just throw that up and hope he can jump up and catch it. That's exactly what that is. First down for Meade. First and 10 for Meade on Anderson's 34. Meade puts 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to this side. And we've got timeout Anderson with 4:01 to go in the first quarter. Anderson 10, Meade nothing.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Okay, Lanny, while you were gone, they threw a jump ball up here to their big receiver over here on the side. There's a sweep to the far side. He breaks through there. Russell has to catch him. And he's brought down by Russell and Wilhoit.
It's first down. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 19.
Now I noticed we had a couple people in there that usually aren't in there on defense. Okay, 1st and 10 for Meade on the 29. There's a handoff to the big guy up the middle, and Michael Williamson just set on him.
There's no way to describe how valuable or invaluable he is in there when you have to go around somebody that's the size of a door frame.
That was Williams and Luster.
And there's just no moving him.
Once again, there's 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to this side. There's handoff up the middle, and there's a gain to the 14. That was Luster and Mickelson again.
Deshaun Welch is a load to bring down. He's a 6-foot senior, 231.
3rd and 5.
Mitchell Dozier out here wide left.
2 receivers.
Singled up.
2 receivers to this side. There's a handoff up the middle, and he didn't get it. He's going to be short. Going to be 3rd and 2. Or 4th and 2, rather.
4th and 2.
.210 to go in the first quarter. Anderson's leading 10-0.
I'd be surprised to see him throw here.
Man in motion. They're trying to get Anderson to jump.
Easy.
Here comes and Anderson's coaches are yelling holding, and they didn't get it. And they ran jet sweep to this side. He faked me. I wasn't sure who had the ball.
Well, there was a block out there that I would call it kindly a block. The Anderson Bearcat ended up on the ground. But it's a touchdown nonetheless. 10-6. Extra point upcoming.
And
Anderson jumped. Well, the question becomes, do you take that extra yardage and go for 2? Well, they declined it.
Yeah, they get it on. They can get it on the kickoff. Anderson in the past has blocked quite a few extra points. You got Cornish in the middle. That's about 6'3". There's a snap.
Snap was low, but handled.
It's good. With 1:46 to go in the first quarter, Anderson 10, Meade 7.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. That's Anderson Apothecary.
And we're back here in Lawrenceburg on Anderson County Sports TV. Anderson County ahead 10-7 here, 1:46 to go in the first quarter. Keith, the passing game there looked pretty decent from the Blue Waves.
Well, they're the Green Waves, but
Blue Waves. Thank you.
Green Waves. I mean, it's if you're in the Caribbean, it's blue. So, okay, need to watch what goes on here. Last time they kicked it onside and it bounced off Anderson player and Meade recovered.
Pooch kick, yeah.
Yep.
Same
and
thing.
There's a squibber that's picked up over on the far side by Chilton, and he's got it over the 50, and we've got a flag on it. We've got a flag back here.
They're going to call holding, or?
I don't know what they're calling. Must be a block in the back somewhere. I see they're taking the Labhart's on a pair of crutches, and he was headed to the dressing room. Well, no, he's right there. One of the coaches said when he came down, his knee buckled on him.
Just a freak accident there. Scored the touchdown and went to celebrate, and then all of a sudden he's on the ground.
Well, I'm not sure what that was, but it cost us a bunch of yards because we had it over the 50. I don't know if it was a clip or
it had to be some sort of
blow to the head. Okay, instead of having it on the 50, Anderson's got it on the 29. There's the pass to Collins. He's trying to get to the side, and he's got a first down.
That's the same play they ran at the first play of the game, or the first touch of the game.
Yeah.
For Collins. It's just a little out route. He's in the slot and uncovered.
Anderson has one receiver to the far side. Meade comes up. There's the handoff to Maxbury, and he has 5.
Nothing wrong with those kinds of plays.
Nope.
First contact isn't until 3 yards down the field.
2nd and 5.
The Green Waves are athletic up front, but they're not necessarily huge. They're tall. Look like they got basketball players with shoulder pads out there. Chilton into the game now.
Anderson has 3 wides. There's the handoff again to Maxbury, and he's close.
Right at the sticks. He might measure this one.
Yeah, he's going to be a little short, I think.
Well, it wasn't the best spot I've ever seen.
No.
I think he got shorted about a football.
And let's see here.
Castle into the game,
yep.
6'1", 295, senior.
And I don't think we got another timeout.
Yep.
Timeout Anderson. Anderson 10, Meade 7.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Okay, third and the length of the football. Anderson's in the wishbone. There's the handoff to Maxberry. He pops through there and he gets 8.
Flag on the field across the way.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning to Meade.
Well, no effect on the play. It should be the last play of the first quarter if they even run one. I don't think they're going to run one.
No, I don't think they're going to get it off. Nope, not going to run it. Into the first quarter, Anderson 10, Meade 7.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
They say they're the rowdiest student section in the state, and it's a Hawaii night, and there we go. Thank you, students. Okay, Anderson has the ball, first and 10 on the Meade 41. Anderson has 2 receivers to this side, 1 to the far side. There's Maxberry, and he doesn't get anything that time. Going to be 2nd and 10.
You wonder how much their offense that they may have to change now that the personnel is a little bit different. Probably not a lot, but you're asking Maxberry to carry the load all night long, which he didn't have to do last week.
Gillis is rolling this way. Good pass out there to Chilton. That's going to be short of the first down.
Chilton threw the ball to the ref, and it didn't quite make it, and the ref did not look happy there for a moment.
3rd and 2. Anderson's got A.J. Castle in. They'll probably go unbalanced here. Yeah, they're going unbalanced. Wishbone.
Michael Williamson in there as well.
And there's Collins, and I don't think he got it.
No, the line collapsed there.
They're giving him more than I thought they would. I think it's still going to be 4th down. They gave him more than I thought they would.
Bearcats just didn't win the line of scrimmage that time.
Okay, it is 4th and less than a yard.
Yeah, no question here.
I think there's short side. There it comes. That's a standard Anderson play right there. A short side sweep into the boundary on short yardage.
If Cole Miller for the Green Waves hadn't got his hand out, that was a touchdown.
Yeah, Collins just tripped over a man that was down.
Yep. First down.
1st and 10 Bearcats on the Green Wave 22. Anderson has 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to this side. Now they've gone to trips. Gillis keeps it on the option. There's the pitch to Collins, and he gets 3 or 4.
It was pretty well strung out there by the Green Wave defender, but pretty good pitch there too.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Bearcats still having trouble getting the plays in with any sort of speed. We may be looking at a penalty or timeout here.
Anderson has receivers left and right. And we got official time.
Jagger Gillis runs to the sideline, and no one is running in for him.
And that's bad because I have no idea who the backup quarterback is. I think it was Labhart but I think if Anderson, nope.
Josiah Wilson is a freshman listed as a quarterback. Looks like they have got Justin Wilhoit.
I'm going to tell you, Justin's never played quarterback in his life. I don't think.
5'11", 180-pound senior. He's run in there at the quarterback position. Nope.
They've got Collins in there at quarterback. Collins keeping it, gets to the outside.
Nice tackle.
And he gains a couple.
Gillis on his way back in.
3rd and 5 for Anderson.
Slow getting the play in again. I can't tell if Gillis is all there right now. He just kind of slow moving.
I was going to say, Will Hyde never played quarterback in his life.
He looked like he was going to run it.
Anderson has trips it now.
Confusion. I'm not sure they're going to get this play off.
Okay, Anderson gets set. There's a snap. There's a pass over there to Clink. He makes a man miss. Goes back to the middle, and he's down inside the 10.
Down to the 8-yard line. Nice pass and catch, and Clink tried to make a few moves there.
Anderson putting in the Bubba package.
First and 10 from the 7. 4 cracks to get 7 yards. Although they did kick a field goal earlier.
Yeah. There's a short side sweep again to Maxbury, and he doesn't get much.
Just not a lot of room over there. Gillis, when he has to run all the way over to the sideline, he runs about 30 yards one way and 30 yards back.
They went to
to get the play.
They went to hand signals, and okay, Anderson has a slot, a wide. Gillis keeps it, and he's knocked down. They had a man out there on Collins. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 9.
What do you think here, Keith? Pass or run?
I think they'll throw it. It wouldn't surprise me to see him go to Woolham's number 19. They're coming across the middle. There's a touchdown. Rewind. That was just straight. That was just a slant. All that was.
Joe Montana and Jerry Rice made a lot of money on that play.
Yes, they did. Gillis is throwing the ball a whole lot better than he did last week. I mean, last week they were bouncing and going high, and
he catches the touchdown and kicks the extra point. Rewind.
And he does. With 6:45 to go in the first half, Anderson 17, Meade 7.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
There's the kick. It's high, not real deep. It's taken at the 10. And there's Joe Taylor and Colton Cornish. And Meade will take over on the 23-yard line. Still got Taylor in at the linebacker, replacing Labhart, who's still down here on the sideline.
The good news is he's not headed out to the hospital. The bad news is it doesn't look like he's going to play tonight.
There's a little counter play coming this way. He shakes a tackle, and there is.
That's the great Cole Miller for the Green Waves.
Scrap Russell and Derringer.
It's that drill. You gotta go get it.
That's a first down for Meade.
6:35 to go here in the second quarter. Anderson County Sports TV and Central Kentucky Sports.com.
They're in their tight formation with the one wide out. There's the fade, and nobody's going to get to that. That was a good job by Rewine. He just got in front of him.
Rewine's an early running for player of the game at this point. He's caught a touchdown. He's kicked a field goal. He's kicked a couple extra points. I'm not sure why the Bearcats aren't running a safety over that direction, because they've shown that they are just going to keep running that play.
I'll tell you why in a minute. Because if you run a safety over there, you get outnumbered. There's a sweep to the far side. Cornish is after him, and he drags him down, and that I've got a feeling that must be a face mask.
It's either a face mask or a horse collar, and either one will get you the penalty.
But if you put two men out there on him, then they've got you outnumbered.
That's a logical. I mean, it's a fair statement and a logical thought, but you know that kid is athletically gifted in a way that Ruwan is not.
Well, that's true. I'll give you that. But if they're a primarily running team, and if you can't let them outnumber you in the box.
Yeah, and they're not really effectively passing this week. They're not nearly as effective with the pass game as they were last week. 13 of 21 last week, and he hasn't hit but 3 passes this half.
Okay, they're in two backs, a slot. There's a pitch coming this way. There was a hold that they got it.
Yeah.
Their tackle, Rewind makes a tackle, but they had a hold out here. One of the Meade County players that playing Hug Him Honey.
They're going to get 20 for the hold there, and he knows it. Pretty easy to get around the corner if you hold the guy.
Oh, yeah. The first down.
That's a big penalty right there. They had some momentum. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot.
We are confused. We got too many people out there. Yep, we got too many people out there.
Anderson County players just kind of throw their hands up in disgust.
Yeah, Taylor was Anderson went to 2 safeties, and one of the Anderson players didn't go off. Now they're going back to regular. Now they're going back to the regular set.
Late getting on the field. Confusion.
Quarterbacks on the boot. They're going across the middle, and we didn't have another safety back there. And that was Chilton that hit him, and Chilton is down.
Mitchell Dozier, the 6'4", 195-pound receiver, on the catch there.
And Chilton gets up. I think he's probably got to come out. Let's see here.
Didn't look serious. I think he just got the breath knocked out of him.
Okay, 1st and 10 for Meade on the 20 or 25.
25.
Got their big receiver back in.
Yeah, Dozier's out right.
And we don't have anybody on the receiver on the other side. And fortunately, I think Meade called timeout with 5:47 to go. Anderson 17, Meade 7.
Hello, Miss Sylvia. This is John from Anderson Apothecary. I was just calling to see how you were feeling today.
John goes above and beyond for each and every customer that we have.
He jumped right on it. If someone needed help, John would be the first guy there. No questions asked, nothing. He'll be there.
John just wanted to open a hometown pharmacy just to take better care of his customers.
Well, I sure am glad you're feeling better. We're going to be bringing your medication by here just shortly. Is there anything else I can pick up for you?
If you haven't met John yet, come out and meet him, and you'll like him just as much as we do.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Okay, 1st and 10 for Meade on the 25.
Rewind late getting on the field.
There's a counter play, and that's a good play there by
I couldn't see who it was. 70-something.
73. That's Aldridge. That's a gain of a couple.
Had he not made that tackle, that was a touchdown or a long gain.
2nd and 8. Got the wing and the wide to the same side. Oh, he was missed twice in the backfield and has a first down. Boy, I tell you what, Lester and Wilhite both missed him in the backfield, and that's a close to the. It's not the first down. It's close. No. Nope. 3rd and 2.
That's just raw athleticism right there. Where Clark
and Meade calls another timeout with 5:10 to go in the half.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. That's Anderson Apothecary.
They've got their big backfield in. Wide receiver to the far side. And there's the first down to the 13-yard line, and that's Aldridge making the tackle.
That's their big fullback, Deshaun Welch, 6 foot 231. They can't get a first down. This is 1st and 10 on the 13. With the clock running here, 4:55 to go here in the first half. Wouldn't surprise me to see them go to the end zone with 13 over here by himself.
There we go. Now that's a crossing pattern. Good play by Ruwine.
Just a simple post there.
Yep, good play by Ruwine.
The receiver has good athleticism, but he just kind of rounded the corner on the pattern there. It wasn't crisp at all. Ruwine breaking up another pass.
This time they've got the formation set to the left. Man in motion. Tried to get Anderson to jump. There's the jet sweep that they're in. And not this time. That's
nice
Colton
tackle.
Cornish.
Nice tackle.
That's a gain of 3.
And that's what the game looked like last week when the linebackers were able to come in and clean up over and over and over again. 4:15 to go here in the first half. Green Waves knocking on the door here. 3rd and 6 on the 9-yard line.
They've got 2 receivers to the far side.
Right
There's
up
a
the middle.
handoff up the middle, and he's still
Dragging
going
tacklers.
down to the 5. It's going to make it 4th and 2. Yeah, they've got 1, but I think it's closer to 2 than there is 1.
Yeah, it's a long, about 1.5. I think you're going to see a big dose of 25 right up the gut right here. Deshaun Welch. Meade County late getting in with the play.
Yeah, they don't have either one of them in. It looks to me this looks like a fade. And
First down.
First
Ball.
down. First down on the 2. Anderson saying there's a fumble.
Can't really tell what's happening. Anderson County trying to say the player was down. Well, it's
First
it's a
down,
Meade
Meade County, yeah. On the 2.
Well, the ball is spotted right with the nose on the 1. Anderson with 6 linemen in there now.
Meade goes on the first sound. There's the big guy, and he's in.
Touchdown, Meade County.
Makes it 17-13. 2:46 to go in the first half.
Wasn't anything that Anderson did wrong there. Just Meade County just athleted him a little bit there on that series.
There's a snap. It's a little high, and they blocked it. That was Colton Cornish that blocked it. With 2:46 to go, Anderson 17, Meade 13.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Okay, you ready for the kickoff? Anderson has Collins back on the 20-yard line. You've got Collins, Russell, and Maxbury back on the 20-yard line.
Another squib
There's
kick
another
again.
squibber, and it's out of bounds. And Anderson will take over 1st and 10.
Little extracurricular activity there.
Uh-huh. Little pushing and shoving.
So this is an important series now that they have a 4-point lead instead of a 3-point lead.
Well, of course, what's bad is you got 2:46 to go, but you have no timeouts.
We'll see if they'll put it on Jagger Gillis's shoulder just to throw them down the field.
First down, Anderson on their own 41. Anderson has receivers left and right. Well, they moved it up now to the 43.
Yeah, I think that's a 5-yard penalty from where the ball went out.
Anderson puts Collins in motion. They're trying to swing it out there to him. He slips a couple tackles, and he manages to get 5 yards on his own.
Yeah. Just a little hesitant. And the defender slipped by him, and he went on with it.
And the clock's running. They didn't signal to stop it, so there's 2:33 to go.
He was out of bounds. I don't understand, but
apparently not. Anderson has receivers left and right. There's a snap. There's Maxberry, and he's got the first down, I believe. Yes, he does.
Just pushed the pile there. He got 2 from the line and 4 on his own.
First down 10 Anderson on the Meade 47.
The clock stopped so they could spot the ball. Now Gillis is just now getting the play in. They're going to snap it with about 1:55 to go here.
Anderson has 2 receivers to this side, 1 to the far side. There's a sweep to this side to Maxberry, and he gets 4.
Meade County managed to come up with the ball, but he was down when it was taken away. 1.5 to go here in the first half. 17-13. Anderson County Bearcats over the Meade County Green Wave.
Okay, I am second and 7. Let me watch this. Let's look at this formation here.
I think Coach Peach might be content just to go to the locker room with the lead here.
Might be looking at a Weor out here. Gillis keeps it on the option, pitches it back to Collins. He's trying to get to the outside, and there's a nice open field tackle there.
3rd and 6 here with under a minute to play.
I think you might be right. After that, they might be content to take it in.
Meade County is also out of timeouts.
Now they've got 1.
Oh, they have 1, okay.
Anderson has receivers left and right.
I don't look for a pass here.
Gillis is rolling. Oh, he's got Collins. He had Collins wide open. They got a flag. That's a face mask. Yep. That's first down for Anderson. 20 seconds to go.
This at least gives them an opportunity to throw in the end zone a couple times.
Boy, he had Collins wide open out here on about the 40-yard line, and he could have run for a long way.
Brennan Maxberry kind of winded right here.
That's going to be a first down for Anderson. 20 seconds to go. You've got to get out of. If you're Anderson receiver, you almost have to get out of bounds.
Either that or run to the end zone, throw it in the end zone twice.
And we've got timeout.
Official timeout. They struggling with the chains here? Is that what the? Oh yeah.
I thought that was an automatic first down.
Yeah, I think that's what the referee is over there telling them.
Nope.
They're going to leave it 3rd and 3 and then run the clock.
Gillis is back. He's going deep out there, and it's incomplete with 5.7 seconds to go. Now, I'm surprised at this that we're going to punt. 5 seconds to go.
I don't know why you don't throw it in the end zone.
I don't either. I don't either.
That may be what they're going to do. Maybe a fake.
There's a snap.
And a punt.
And they did punt, and it's going to be
Touchback.
into the end zone at the end of the first half. Anderson 17, Meade 13.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. That's Anderson Apothecary.
Rewind ready to kick off. Bearcats leading 17-13.
And we're live, folks. Sorry for the delay.
There's the kick. It's high. It's down to the 9. And Anderson hangs on. And that was Redmond and Clank. You say we're on live?
We're live.
Okay, we're live. Well,
Folks, sorry for the delay in the first half. We just could not get an internet connection to work. This is not broadcast television over the air. This is internet live streaming, and this is how it goes sometimes.
and probably we'll get to the big news here in just a minute. Meade comes up. There's a run to the outside, or an attempted run to the outside, and he's brought down.
Either 57 or 97.
That was 57. That was Derringer. Big news is Zach Labhart ran for a touchdown on Anderson's first play, and celebrating, came down bad on his knee. He is
out for the game.
Well, he's out for the game. He's down here on crutches. That's a gain of 4. There's a handoff up the middle, and that's going to be close to the first down.
That's Deshaun Welch.
That's Jacob Luster that on the tackle, 3rd and 1.
Thanks for joining us live, everyone that's watching. We appreciate that. Appreciate you coming back on with us after the first half where we were not on live. We did record the game, and we will rebroadcast.
There's a handoff up the middle, and there's nothing there. It's going to be 4th and 1. That's the middle of Anderson's line. That's
not the place you want to go.
That's big Michael Williamson. And it's, boy, if they gave him anything at all, it was too much.
Looks like it's going to be 4th and 1.5.
They're calling for measurement.
Okay.
I mean, of course, the coaches can request a measurement any time.
I think they're well short.
Yeah, they're a yard short. Well, no,
they're saying about a foot and a half. I don't know here. Down 4 points, and the ball in your half of the field, and there does not appear to be any semblance of a punter running out there.
Nope. Meade has. Let's see if Meade goes on second sound. Nope. There's a pitch wide
open.
And that was a nice play. Anderson had everybody inside, and they ran outside.
They called Cole Miller a wide receiver, but he's a running back on that play. Just simply threw it into space, and no one there to bring him down.
He's the wing out there. 1st and 10 for Meade on the 42.
They've got Dozier on the left-hand side, on the short side of the field.
There's that big back, and Anderson, there's a bunch of Bearcats over there. He gets a couple.
That's Deshaun Welch on the carry.
There was Lester, Cornish, cast of thousands.
Thanks for joining us on Anderson County Sports TV as we come to you live for the second half. Anderson County leading Meade County 17-13 here in the third quarter.
You know, we haven't heard from their big receiver. I'm wondering if this might be the time. There's a counter play. No, good play by Derringer. He was right there.
Joe Taylor in on that tackle as well. Senior linebacker.
Third and 9, basically.
Williamson out of the game here. They're bringing in a nickel package.
Yeah.
The safety replaces the middle linebacker.
Yep. Meade County puts 3 receivers this way.
Four wides.
One to the far side. Quarterback's going back. Anderson's after him. They miss him, and he's out of bounds. Oh, it's going to be a late hit.
Yep.
That is going to be a late hit. Boy, we had him and then hit him late, boy.
Yeah, he was a couple yards out of bounds up there on the far sideline.
That was a no-doubter.
I understand the pursuit and the want to finish the play, but it's a terrible mistake. They're going to march it off here. That's a first down.
Yep.
First down, Meade County. 8:27 to go here in the third quarter. Meade County trails the Anderson County Bearcats 17-13.
And they would have probably had to punt there because it had been 4th and 5. Once again, Meade comes out 4 wides.
That's the same play they ran a minute ago, except it's a shotgun formation.
Quarterback's going straight back. Once again, Anderson's after him. And there we go. There wasn't anybody there. The only person close to them was the Meade County bench. There wasn't anybody there. That's loss of down.
You think they're going to call?
They're going to call grounding. It's grounding, yeah.
I thought someone was at least in the area, but we'll see what the call is here. Yep. Good call, Keith.
That's also loss of down.
Well, that's going to be 2nd and 15 here.
The penalty is 5 yards from where he threw it, where he threw it, and it's loss of down. So it's
2nd and 24.
It's 2nd and 24. They don't have their big receiver in. Quarterback's rolling this way on a bootleg. That's intercepted. That is Cornish. And he's knocked out of bounds on the 13-yard line. That's the advantage of being 6'3".
Yeah, he just undercut the receiver there like he knew the ball was coming.
Good play by Colton.
You hate to say you're disappointed in a turnover, but I thought it was a touchdown. I thought he just had that one person to beat and was going to beat them.
I'm not sure Colton's got a whole lot of moves.
No matter, he's got the hands to intercept the ball. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats on the 20-yard line here. 8:13 to go in the third quarter.
Anderson comes out. They've got two wides in the slot. Gillis fakes to Maxberry. Oh, he has got Wilhite for the touchdown. Nice diving catch by Justin Wilhite. Boy, Gillis bootlegged that ball around, turned, and fired a shot to Justin Wilhite.
Gillis was the ball was thrown exactly where it needed to be. No one else could get it. Just a laser, too.
He's got an arm. Okay, we've got Ruwine in to kick.
23-13 with a chance to extend it to 24-13 here with the extra point. And
it's good. with 8:06 to go after a big Joe Taylor or a big Colton Cornish interception. Anderson 24, Meade 13.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And that's sailed into the end zone. He got every bit of that one. 1st and 10 on the 20. There's a little counter play, and there's probably a touchdown unless Ruwine can catch him. And he's got him.
Oh, my goodness.
Down on the 7-yard line. They ran a counter play, and there was nobody home.
Ruwine ran him down, though. Amazing.
And we've got Aldridge trying to get it limp off the field here.
Six-foot senior struggling to get off the field here.
Okay, Meade has it on goal to goal on Anderson's 8-yard line. Big turn of events there. They ran that counter play, and there was nobody there on the outside.
7:54 to play here in the third quarter, and Meade County knocking on the door.
Put a man in motion. There's a pitch that way, and he's hit after a gain of a couple. And that's Dylan Davis and Ruwine, I think. It's inside the 5.
Second and goal on the 3.
I think
Meade County really struggled in this part of the field. They let an opportunity to get away and had a turnover as well. 2 backs.
There's a handoff up the middle to their big back, and he's in.
Touchdown.
That took 30 seconds for me to answer.
That's Deshaun Welch, the 6-foot senior. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 here.
Yeah.
So with 7:36 here to go in the third quarter, Anderson is ahead 24-19. Meade appears to be attempting a 2-point conversion, down 5. So they answered.
They answered quick.
In the best way they could as well. Ruwine saved a long touchdown run, but they managed to get it in there.
Quarterback's rolling this way, and it's incomplete. It's incomplete.
Never had a chance.
Nope. He let him way too much. 7:36 to go in the third quarter. Anderson 24, Meade 19.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Okay, here we go. 24-19, Anderson County. There's the squibber again, and Anderson hops on it on the 40-yard line. That was Chilton.
Player was down when he caught the ball, and they came in and tackled him anyway, but no call there. Wasn't a vicious hit, just late and unnecessary.
Okay, ball's on the 40. Anderson has it 1st and 10. Anderson's only run one play this half, and it was a touchdown. Anderson's got trips to the far side, single receiver to this side. Max Berry in the backfield. Max Berry's got it on a sweep, and he doesn't get much.
He got turned in before he needed to be. And
Maybe
just didn't have the speed to get it bounced outside there.
Maybe a yard.
I think he lost a yard. Nope. They're going to give him. They're going to give him maybe back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to call it 2nd and 9, but I don't think Maybe a yard.
Second 9.5.
The second and 9 3/4.
Anderson has 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to this side. There's the pass from Gillis to Klink. He's fighting, and he's close to the first down. It's right on the 50-yard line.
I might have to measure this one.
That is close. That first down.
Well, Klink did a really smart thing there when he caught the ball. 3 tacklers. All he did was try to get to the ground. He fought for a yard for a second, then just got down. Bearcats crack midfield here as they try to answer back.
Anderson has 1 wide receiver. There's a counter play to Collins. He cuts it up, and he's about a yard short of the first down. I'll tell you what, when he turns that upfield, he's flying.
Yep. His turn rate on his legs is high. He's really moving.
2nd and 1.
We haven't seen as much of Collins as we thought we might. Gabhart out.
They've been putting him out. They've been putting him out at receiver a lot.
Labhart.
Now he's in the backfield beside Gillis. Gillis is back, and he's got Wilhite down inside the 20. Wilhite went up and got that. Nice throw by Gillis.
Will Hoyt has made 2 spectacular catches. That one was in traffic, but Gillis is showing something this week that we didn't see any of last week.
Well, they didn't have to.
No, they didn't have to. But it's good to see a passing game is there if it's needed.
Anderson has 2 receivers to the far side. Collins in motion. He's got it on the jet sweep. Cuts it up down to the 13. Gain of 5 or 6.
Anderson's shown the ability all night to get chunk plays like that. They have been bottled up at times, and it's a timeout.
Meade County. Timeout Meade County. 5:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. 24-19 Bearcats.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. And by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. That's Anderson Apothecary.
We're back live here in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Anderson County 24, Meade County 19. Anderson County with the ball on the 14-yard line. 2nd and 6 here in the 3rd quarter. 5:07 to go.
Anderson puts 2 wides to the far side. Gillis is back, rolling. He's got, that was through Collins' hands.
He had some room to run out
yes,
there.
He did.
Yes, he did. Was able to catch it. Thanks for joining us live on Anderson County Sports TV and CentralKYSports.com. Had some technical difficulties first half, but we're going to carry the rest of the game live. 5:04 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Anderson
3rd
has
and 6.
Collins and Maxbury in the backfield. And Maxbury fumbled, and Meade County has it.
Yeah, we're up here between the coaching staffs, and the guy for Meade County was saying, ball. We hadn't seen it yet.
No.
That play was doomed from the start. As soon as he handed the ball off, he was being tackled, maybe before that.
Okay, first and 10 Meade on the 15-yard line. There's that same play that little counter play that they that they ran for the almost touchdown. They got 3 on at that time.
Justin Wilhoit there on the tackle with a big stop because there was room to run after that.
Aldridge is limping off. He was down earlier on the long Meade County run, and he's coming to the bench. There's handoff to their big guy, and he was hitting the backfield, and he's still going. Boy, he ran through a bunch of tackles there before Wilhoit knocked him down.
15-yard run. I want to give a shout-out real quick to some of our viewers on Anderson County Sports TV. Patty Morse, thank you for tuning in, and Micah Harris, Norma Davis, Jean Bush, Charlene Hanks, Nancy Moore, thank you all for tuning in. We love bringing the sports live to you here in Lawrenceburg.
1st and 10 for Meade on the 30. Quarterback's back. They're throwing it up there deep, and it's incomplete. That didn't have a chance.
Wesley Ruwan has really done a good job out here playing a single-up cornerback on a really athletic receiver. That's a sideline warning.
Was that to Anderson?
It looked like it was on Anderson. Meade's already gotten one.
2nd and 10 for Meade.
That single receiver has just not worked out for them at all this evening.
Put a man in motion. There's the sweep. And, boy, he was motoring. He's got a first down. He left Bearcat tacklers in his wake there. He was motoring when he cut that corner. That was Dylan Davis that brought him down.
Number 28, we don't even have him in our program here.
First and 10 for Meade at the 41. Anderson's in the 5 front. There's a sweep to the far side, and he's knocked down after about 5 more. Gonna be 2nd and 5. Aldridge goes back in.
He doesn't look like he's 100%.
Second and 5.
Dozier out here to the right again.
There's a handoff up the middle, and there's a gain of a couple. It's going to be 3rd and 3.
Challenging Anderson County in the middle is not a good idea.
There's Williamson. And Derringer. Third and 3 for Meade. I would be surprised if they do anything but run this. It seems like they're running. Their running game is really doing well, right? Oh, they were in motion. Yeah, they had a running back that started a count early.
I just want to say, Michael Williamson and one of the Meade County players, after some pushing and shoving, just reached out and kind of slapped hands like, hey, didn't mean anything by it. I love seeing that kind of sportsmanship, especially at the high school level.
Okay, 3rd and 8.
It's a big play here. Anderson
yes,
County
it is.
Kind of been on its heels for the last few minutes after they got their touchdown, and Meade answered quickly. This is a big play.
Quarterback's in the shotgun, going straight back. And it's incomplete. Said it bounced. Okay, that's going to bring up 4th and 8, and looks like Meade's going to punt.
Is this their first punt of the night?
First punt of the night. Well, no, they attempted another punt, and they snapped it over the punter's head.
This is their second attempted punt. We'll see if they
second
get it
attempted punt. All right.
Anderson
Anderson's
bringing the ball.
Yeah. They're bringing the house. Snaps a little high.
Oh,
they almost got it.
A good punt, though.
Oh, Collins picks it up. He gets past the first wave, the second wave, the third wave. Oh, boy, he had one man to beat.
That was one of those plays where like, no, no, no. And then he's running back through there. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, baby.
He made 6 guys miss there.
Okay, Anderson will take over on their own 38, 1st and 10, minute and a half to go. Minute 50 to go in the third quarter.
This is the biggest series of the game here. If Anderson can take advantage, run off some chunk plays, and move the ball, just flip the field, and make them work at it again, they can really start to make Meade sweat a little bit.
Collins is in motion. He's getting a block to the outside, and he puts his shoulder down, and he gets 4. And I don't know what they're saying to Collins there. I mean, he put his shoulder down and just ran over somebody, and I'd be interested to hear see what they were saying there.
The referee stopped him and said something to him right in his face, and the referee didn't look terribly happy about it either. Ruan out far wide this time.
2nd and 5. Gillis pulls it, looking for the option, and he wiggles forward for 3. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Minute 18 to go.
Gillis made the best of a busted play there.
Yes, he did.
24-19 here in the third quarter. Clock winding at minute 5. Anderson County with a chance here to really flip the field and make Meade work. Every time, the further they have to go, this.
Timeout, Anderson.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Big play here, Keith.
Yep. 4th and 2.5 for 3.
Third down.
Or 3rd and 2.5 for 3. Collins in motion. There's the fake. Oh, that's Maxbury's got a big hole, and he's down to the green wave 40-yard line. They faked that jet sweep to Collins, and Maxbury had a huge hole there.
I was looking at the wrong player.
1st and 10, Anderson on the 40.
Anderson gonna not be in any big hurry to run plays here either. Might get one more off before the end of the third quarter. Thanks for joining us live on Anderson County Sports TV and CentralKentuckySports.com.
Anderson has 2 wides. There's Maxbury up the middle.
Another big hole.
And he's still going. He's down to the 26-yard line. Big run by Maxbury.
And these are the kind of chunk plays that eat the rest of the game up that you want to see out of the Bearcats, especially with a lead like this.
And Coach Peach is they're going to let the clock run out. Okay, after 3 quarters, Anderson 24, Meade 19.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. That's Anderson Apothecary.
Hello, Miss Sylvia. This is John from Anderson Apothecary. I was just calling to see how you were feeling today.
John goes above and beyond for each and every customer that we have.
He jumped right on it. If someone needed help, John would be the first guy there. No questions asked, nothing. He'll be there.
John just wanted to open a hometown pharmacy just to take better care of his customers.
Well, I sure am glad you're feeling better. We're going to be bringing your medication by here just shortly. Is there anything else I can pick up for you?
If you haven't met John yet, come out and meet him, and you'll like him just as much as we do.
We're back here live in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Into the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. Anderson County 24, Meade County 19. Anderson County Bearcats have the ball 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line.
First and 10 for the Bearcats. They have 2 backs. There's a handoff to Collins. He worms to the outside, and he gets 3.
Stopped short, but kept going.
2nd and 7. They didn't give him as much as I thought. 2nd and 8.
Anderson taking too long to get the play in here. I know they want to run the clock, but we don't need timeouts. We might need those at the end of the game.
Anderson has 2 wides to the far side. There's Maxberry up the middle. He's got a big hole. He's going to be a couple yards short.
He's right there at it, though. Close.
Going to be 3rd and 2.
It's 24-19 here in the 4th quarter. Anderson County knocking on the door.
Anderson's going bone. There's Maxberry again, and he didn't get it. He might have gotten a yard.
Oh,
there's a flag. That's going to be on Meade County.
And his teammates did the right thing. He got up hot, and they got him out of the way. They took him back out of the action.
Personal foul, Meade County. That's going to be half the distance to the goal. That'll give Anderson a 1st down and goal at the 9.
Just not a smart play. They were trying to finish the play, which I understand, but they'd already thrown him backwards 8 or 9 yards and then threw him to the ground. That's going to draw a flag every time.
Okay, Anderson's coming up in the bone. There's a pitch this way to Maxberry. He cuts it in. He's down inside the 5.
Short side of the field.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Coach Peach likes the short side. I don't know if that what the thinking behind that is, but seems to be that's the way they go.
On the 4, 2nd and goal on the 4.
John Michael Willems is coming out of the game.
Limps off here.
Justin Wilhoyd in to replace him.
Anderson's in the wishbone again, and we've got timeout Anderson. 9:51 to go in the game, 24-19.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg. Anderson County 24, Meade County 19. 2nd and goal on the 4-yard line.
Anderson has 3 wides. Collins in motion. Oh, Gillis and Maxberry missed the handoff there.
Gillis couldn't make up his mind what he wanted to do.
That's going to make
By the time
it.
he did, it was too late.
What's bad is there you wasted a timeout for play where you ran into each other.
They lost.
It's third and goal. Back on the 9. I'd say if they don't
lost 5.
If they don't make it, it's going to be rewind field goal.
I'm looking for that play where they run 33 out there in the slot and just have him turn around.
Now they've got double coverage out there. Maxberry switches side. Gillis is rolling. Coming across the middle. Boy, he had Taylor wide open and just missed him. And looks like Anderson's going to try the field goal. That'll give Anderson an 8-point lead, touchdown and 2-point conversion.
Rewind looking to be 2 for 2 on the night, or kicking his second field goal here. He's made all his extra points.
Yep. Gillis missed. He had Joe Taylor wide open in the middle. This is from the 16, going to be a 26-yard field goal. And it's right through. Right through. 8:54 to go in the game. Anderson 27, Meade 19.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg. Anderson County Bearcats 27, Meade County Green Waves 19. 8:54 to go here in the final quarter. Keith, that was a big possession there. That would have been nice to have a touchdown, but
the score was big.
Yeah.
Rewind to kick off again. And that is into the end zone, out on the 20-yard line.
Touchback. I'd like to give a shout out to some of our viewers. Tiffany Gash Azanero, Judy Livingston, Robert Hanks, Tasha Chilton-Herod, Patty Morse, Micah Harris, Norma Davis, Jean Bush, Charlene Hanks, Nancy Moore. Thank you all for tuning in to Anderson County Sports TV and CentralKYSports.com. We had some technical difficulties in the first half, but we're back and glad to bring you this game live. So we'd like to thank you guys for tuning in and watching us Facebook Live.
Meade's got 3 receivers to the far side, and they had somebody out there uncovered, and Anderson got over there really quick. That was Will Height and Max Berry and Taylor got over there real quick.
Pretty easy pitch and catch, though, and that's not something that Meade has been successful doing tonight.
2nd and 5. Looks like Anderson's going with an extra defensive back here. Yeah, they've got four rushers up front playing cover 2.
Conan Russell is the deep safety here.
3 wides to this side. Quarterback's rolling this way. They've got somebody out there open, and there's a nice catch. That was a nice throw, nice catch. Bring it up to the 40-yard line where it'll be first and 42-yard line will be 1st and 10 for Meade. That was a nice throw.
Really nice throw, nice catch. Michael Williamson comes off the field.
Two receivers wide to the far side, 2 to this side.
Anderson County just playing a single linebacker.
There comes the Will Height, and he's got him.
He's down.
He was down. Boy, Will Height came on the blitz and got him.
Yeah, the quarterback didn't get much more than turned around, and then he was had Will Height in his face mask.
And we've got Lester cramping up. With 7:58 to go. One thing I don't know that we mentioned while up to now is that last week Anderson had 200-yard rushers in Collins and Labhart, and that doesn't happen real often. Gillis's only 2 pass completions were both for touchdowns. Now they're getting Lester up off the field. This reminds me of last week when we started cramping up.
Yeah, cramps were an issue last week. It was a little bit warmer last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like cramps.
No, I thought that was Luster. That's Aldridge.
I don't know. They're struggling to get him to the bench, that's for sure.
Okay, they've got their big wide receiver to the far side.
See if Rewind can keep his streak going.
There's a counter play this way. He's missed, and Will Height and Chilton came in for the tackle on that counter play. That's going to make it 3rd and a year.
Will Hoyt doesn't miss many tackles.
21, 3rd and 21.
Yeah, that sack really killed the momentum for that drive.
Third and 21. They've gone 2 wide to the far side. 3 wide to the far side.
See if Dozier gets a chance here.
There's a snap. Anderson's coming. They're throwing it up. And it's incomplete. Good play there by...
They're going to get rewind for taunting.
I don't know if they're going to get rewind or Dozier.
I think this is going to be against the Bearcats. Either that or offsetting penalties. I could make an argument they were both taunting each other.
They're pointing at Meade. Unsportsmanlike, Anderson. 4th down. It's after the play. It's 4th down. Mark off 15 yards here, and that'll make it 4th and
It'll be 4th and about
8.
7 or 8, yeah. That's unfortunate there. Ruwan has done a great job all night. Just a celebratory but a dumb penalty.
Okay, Meade looks like they're
wholesale changes here.
Going to punt. Got Russell back. I'd say Anderson's not going to even act like they're going to, they're in punt safe. And it's going to bounce down to the 12-yard line where with 6:47 to go in the game, Anderson will take over, 1st and 10. And I was going to say, I'm glad. I was wondering who was going to go back out there if Aldridge couldn't get out there, because he's been the center for 2 years. And like I said, I was just wondering who was going to go out there if he wasn't.
He's out there, but he's not moving well. And I wonder if he's cramping that bad. It just seems like once you get cramps, you don't get over them.
6:47 to go in the game. 1st and 10 for Anderson on the 12. Anderson has 2 wides to this side.
Aldridge's out of the tight end spot almost.
Collins is on the sweep. Anderson has blocking. He cuts it up and brings it up to the 20. That's a gain of 8.
Chunk play. That's a chunk play, Keith, and that's what Anderson, that's all they want to see right now. Aldridge is really struggling on that right leg.
Second and 2. Anderson puts receivers left and right. Well, they've got 2 to the right. Collins is in motion. There's the counter play to Maxbury, and there's a big hole out there.
Ball.
Maxbury brings it up to the 30. 1st down, Bearcats.
He carries it a little bit loose in there. That I saw him get pulled around, and I thought I saw the ball come out. It didn't come out.
1st and 10 for Anderson on the 30. Less than 6 minutes to go in the game.
Keith, you said last week that Coach Peach likes to get in the wishbone at this point.
There's the handoff again to Maxbury, and he doesn't get much this time. Well, without Labhart, I don't think you're going to see that. I don't think you're going to see that as much going to the wishbone. Maybe wrong. We went to it down up there on the goal line. 2nd and 8 for Anderson.
Anderson team looks like they're walking wounded out there. Lots of limping around.
There's Collins comes up through here, and he gets up to the 37. It's going to be 3rd and 3. And we've got timeout by Meade County. 4:57 to go in the game. Meade County takes their second timeout. Each team has one left, and they didn't give him as much as I thought they did. It's 3rd and 4. I think this might officially be a big play here.
I think they can really take the momentum and take the breath out of Meade County with a first down here. And on the flip side of that, should they have to give up the ball, there's plenty of time left with the way Meade County is able to throw the ball around. They haven't been particularly successful with it tonight. They are well under 50% for completion after completing almost 70% last week.
Okay, Anderson has receivers left and right. Collins is in here in the slot. Collins is in motion. There's the counter play. Maxbury's got the first down and more.
A huge play.
Big play.
Absolutely huge play.
That's that is another play that Coach Peach does, is send your Z back in motion, get the linebackers rotating that way. That's the same play we scored 2 touchdowns on last week with Labhart.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple misdirection, but it's effective.
1st and 10 for Anderson on the 43.
Clock ticking at 4:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Anderson County Sports TV, Anderson County Bearcats up 8 with the ball here late in the game.
Puts Collins in motion, snaps a little low. There's Maxbury juking around in there, and he gets it up over the 45, gets 3. They'll be under 4 minutes when the ball snapped this time.
And the Bearcats don't have to do anything but move the chains.
No.
Just possess the ball and move the chains. We're under 4 minutes to go here. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in here for the second half of Anderson County, Meade County.
Anderson has 2 wides, a slot. Oh, there's a bad snap, and that's going to make it 2nd and 11.
False start or procedure.
False start, yeah. Which probably a good thing is a bad snap anyway.
Yeah. Dead play is better than a turnover.
2nd and 12.
I don't think there's any chance that Anderson County throws the ball here, but should they take the chance and throw the ball, I would think there's a big play available. What they want to do is see the clock run.
Yeah, we're under 3:30. Gillis is rolling this way. They're coming across the middle. Oh boy, that was almost intercepted. We had Taylor and Wilhoit in the same area.
John Michael Willems was down there.
Yeah, that was John Michael Willems. Yeah.
I like the concept of the play, but neither receiver knew the ball was coming.
3rd and 12, 3:17 to go in the game. I'm wondering about now is you got John Michaels out there limping. He's the punter. Okay, we've got 2 slots and a wide. Man in motion. Here comes Collins this way, spins off. He's still going, and he's down on the 45, and Meade County uses their last timeout with 3:06 to go in the game. That really surprised me that Anderson threw the ball, because they could have probably taken it down to around 2 minutes. Now, last week, Coach Peach said that Meade blocked a punt and took it took it in for a touchdown, and the guy that blocked it was that big number 2. They said he just kind of wanders around and looks for a place to run. So we'll kind of keep an eye on him with 3:06 to go in the game.
Collins is over here getting something done to his shoulder pads, and he is not in the game.
Well, it's
I'm
a
not
punt.
sure if he's on the punt team anyway.
No, I was going to say he's not on the punt team anyway.
But they need him back out there. Meade County's going to bring the house here.
Okay, there's the big number 2 is right there. They've overloaded this left-hand side. Good snap. There's a good kick. It's off to the side. It's bouncing. Good Anderson bounce down to the 20-yard line. 2:55 to go in the game.
It wasn't the prettiest punt you
No.
ever see, but it was effective.
No.
A 15-yard roll after about a 20-yard punt.
Yep. And Meade will take over on the 20-yard line. No timeouts. 2:54 to go in the game.
I look for Meade to throw here. I mean, I just don't think there's time to run at this point. What we have not seen that we thought we might was big number 13, Mitchell Dozier, catching the ball, 6'4", 195. He's been harassed all night by Wesley Ruwine, the 6-foot senior defensive back, also the place kicker.
Okay, we've got 2 receivers to the far side. Quarterback's rolling, coming out this way, and there's a big hit there. Big hit there by Chilton.
Nothing wrong with that hit, just a clean football tackle. Separate the man from the ball. 2:50 to go, 2nd and 10. Meade County Green Waves down to their last chance here, looks like.
Well, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me to see them break off that wing back around one time. Yeah, because they're not going to do it now because they don't have a wing back. Quarterback's rolling this way. Coming out here short, and ball's bobbled and
dropped.
That's clink on the defense.
That was Zachary Carter, senior running back, on the drop.
3rd and 10.
Just never possessed the ball.
No.
If you're Anderson County, this is exactly what you want to see here. Lack of ability to throw and catch.
Meade puts 3 receivers to this side. There's a snap. Quarterback's rolling this way. They're going across the middle of Dozier. Good defense there by Ruwine. And once again, Dozier turns to compliment Ruwine on his good defense.
Yeah.
You believe that?
When Dozier gets on the bus tonight, he's going to be saying a few things about Mr. Ruwine.
Okay, 4th and 10 on the 20. I look for him to go to Dozier again.
Yeah, I think so.
I think this is the time. This is the time you double cover him.
They have to think that he can beat his man. He just hasn't. Single covered out there.
Oh, and it's over his head. Anderson will take over on the 20. He had Ruwine beat. Passing just over his head.
Him.
Anderson is not in the situation where they can kneel yet, I don't believe.
No, they cannot.
But conversely, they can't stop. Meade cannot stop the clock either.
I think it'd be fair to say Meade is in a bad situation here. They're down 8 and don't have the ball, and they're on their own 20-yard line.
Anderson has split back. Well, they really don't have anybody back there. And we've got a flag on the play, illegal procedure against Anderson. But we didn't need that.
No. I imagine that's something Coach Peach will preach about this week in practice. But to be fair to the Bearcats, they've lost maybe their best offensive player early on in the game. and have actually gotten in sync pretty well. Not the juggernaut it was last week, but
I think this is a little bit better team than what we played last week.
But also they've had an effective offense too.
Yeah.
I mean, they've gotten chunk plays when they need them and throwing the ball really well.
Anderson has Collins in the slot. There's Maxbury on the counter, and go down, Brendan.
Oh.
And there's 15 more.
The referee and the back judge were going to let that go, but the side judge came in with the flag. They were going to let that happen and just split them apart.
Yeah.
And the guy that was 35 yards away from the play threw the flag.
There goes Anderson's students with their favorite chant. You can't do that.
Student section out in force tonight. There's a decent crowd here tonight.
Yeah. This was Hawaii night.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Where they're having monsoon or they're having hurricane. Actually.
Yeah. This is Hawaii night. Okay, first. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Is it first and goal? Or first and 10?
Yeah, it's first and goal from the 10.
First and goal from the 10. Collins in motion. There's Collins. Takes it to the outside, cuts it up, and he's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown Bearcats.
He gets that corner. He's moving like a bandit.
Just a sweep to the left. He had a little traffic there, but not a lot.
33-19 Bearcats. 2:13 to go. Guys, let's not get anybody else injured jumping up and down.
Yeah, I know. Not after what happened in the first quarter.
Okay, rewind to kick. And it's good. We've got it's good. 34-19, 2:13 to go in the game.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. That's Anderson Apothecary.
Okay, got the best student section in the state up there jumping up and down and dancing.
Celebrating a victory here. 2 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Anderson with a huge lead.
And rewind, takes it down to the goal line.
They called that a touchback.
Yeah. He had his foot back in the end zone.
Okay.
Yep.
You can't bring it out of the end zone, I guess. Huh?
Not in high school. Not in high school.
Pretty effective weapon just to kick it back there. Though.
Yeah. If you've got somebody that can do it, it certainly is.
2:12 to go here on Anderson County Sports TV and CentralKYSports.com. Anderson County about to wrap up a big win to go to 2-0.
Anderson's gone to cover two. Quarterback's running around back there trying to come out here, and
ball was tipped.
He threw a bullet there, but it was a tip.
Yeah, it was tipped ball. Receiver had a chance to catch it on its original trajectory, but once it was tipped, he lost track of it.
2nd and 10 for Meade.
They have not thrown it. They've thrown at Dozier and thrown at Dozier and thrown at Dozier, but they just have not been able to make the connection here tonight.
Okay, now Anderson. Well, no, I thought they'd gone cover two. They're rolling Russell back over there. Oh boy, the quarterback got nailed by Will Height right when he threw it. There you go. I don't know what they're doing over there, but they're having an awful good time.
They look pretty excited. The students are pretty excited tonight.
3rd and 10. I think it's at the point now where if Meade doesn't get a first down, Anderson can take knees. 3rd and 10. Quarterback's rolling. He's
Under
being
pressure.
chased. He throws it out here. Will Hoyt misses him, and Cornish cleans him up. That's a loss of 2.
Cornish cleaned up there, and he didn't celebrate, he didn't taunt, he just made the tackle and got up and went about his business. And that's what we need to see here. There have been a few dumb penalties tonight, both sides.
Meade puts 3 wides to the far side. Quarterback's back. Anderson's getting pressure, and they got him. That was Will Hoyt. Will Hoyt and Derringer. And a minute 17 seconds to go. I think we've got 3 knees and go to the house.
Victory formation. That's what they want to see here in Lawrenceburg.
Best formation in football.
You know, this has been a hard-fought game. There's lots of walking wounded on both sides.
Yeah.
Labhart being the worst one.
Yeah. Anderson students are saying, no, goodbye. Gillis takes a knee.
Gillis takes a knee, yep.
And I think we'll need 2 more knees, and that'll do it.
Just when we say the students are rowdy, they're quiet.
The doesn't make up for the 49-0 pasting that Anderson took last year, but it's good.
Oh, I don't know. This is a pretty good victory here. 2 straight at home, 2-0 to start the season.
Again, they've got a big. You talking about last week about rivalry games. Next week you got a big rivalry game. You got Anderson and Mercer County at Mercer. Last time Anderson was there, Anderson had a 10-0 lead at the half and ended up losing 35-21 or 35-31, I think. And that's going to be your ball game. Final score: Anderson 34, Meade 19. And the game next week, Mercer County, that'll be a rivalry game. It used to be that you couldn't get out of that game without a fight on the field.
Well, this game was hard fought. I'd love to see the players go to the middle of the field and shake hands. Significant injuries for Anderson County. We'll talk about those in the post game.
And I'll get the stats, and we'll be back. We'll be back just a few minutes.
You're watching Anderson County Sports TV.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, where the Anderson County Bearcats take care of the Meade County Green Waves 34-19. I had to turn around and see the score. Keith has the stats. Pretty good game all around.
Yeah, as opposed to last week, Anderson's defense got burned for 280 yards, 219 through the ground, 61 in the air. But I think the big stat on that 61 in the air is 5 out of 20 for Meade County, where last week they were well over 50%. And Mitchell Dozer just had 2 receptions for 41 yards. Anderson had 17 first downs, 204 yards rushing, 128 passing. Jagger Gillis, 10 out of 14, really nice performance.
And a couple of really beautiful touchdown passes.
Right. Brendan Maxberry had 21 rushes for 113 yards. Charles Collins, 14 for 60 and a touchdown. Zach Labbert had 1 carry for 42 yards and a touchdown. Gillis was 10 out of 14 for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. Receiving, Collins had 3 for 44. Will Height 2 for 43 and a touchdown. Clink 2 for 19. Ruwine 2 for 14 and a touchdown. John Michael Willems did a good job punting tonight. He had 2 punts for 36.5 yards. And as usual, Colton Cornish leads the Bearcats in tackles with 7.5. Justin Wilhite had 7. Wesley Ruwine had 4. And it's, as we said, Wesley Ruwine did a heck of a job.
So we are going to do a player of the game. we talked about that. We got some pushback in the press box when we told them who we were going to name player of the game. But the player of the game is
Wesley Ruwine. He had 2 field goals, a touchdown, kickoffs into the end zone, extra points, dressing room cleaning. So anyway,
Ruwine really made his money tonight.
Yes, he did.
Defending Dozier.
Yes, he
They
did.
went. Meade County went 5 of 20 because of Wesley Ruwine. How many times did they throw to Dozier? 6, 7, 10?
Probably at least half of them. At least half of them.
He caught 2.
Right.
Last week, Meade County was able to be competitive in their game through the air, 13 of 21. This week, 5 of 20, and that's why Ruwine is getting player of the game from his defense. He also caught a touchdown, a gorgeous touchdown down here. This wasn't a dominant victory, but it was a good victory.
It was a good win. It was a good win for the Bearcats over a 6A team, and like we were saying, next week we've got old rivalry Mercer County. I think when I was in school was the first year we played them, and the fight started right after that. Yeah, pretty much. But it's usually a rivalry game, and a lot of time there for a while they didn't play because the rivalry got too intense.
So the real bad news coming out of this game, though, we're not going to speculate on what the condition is, but Labhart went down after that touchdown. First time he touched the ball, he's in the end zone to our right. He runs into the end zone, goes to celebrate the touchdown, goes up in the air, and the next thing that we see is him lying on the ground. Couldn't get up for a number of minutes. When he eventually did get up, couldn't put weight on his leg. That doesn't look good.
No, and it was well wrapped with ice on it.
So Labhart comes and spent the rest of the game on crutches, like you said, with ice on his knee. We don't know his availability. We haven't talked to anybody. Won't speculate about the injury, but it didn't look good.
No, it didn't. Anyway, okay, final score, Anderson 34, Meade County 19. Want to thank Anderson County Sports TV for bringing it to us. Sorry we didn't get the first half on, but got the second half, which was a good half. And now next week we'll be at Mercer County, but there will be no live stream, but you'll be able to get it on Anderson County Sports TV's Facebook page, probably sometime Saturday morning. So once again, for Lanny, Clint, CJ on camera tonight, I want to thank you all.
Good game.
Good game. Nice to work with you again.
You too.
Maybe we'll see you a couple weeks.
And a good win tonight.
You're watching Anderson County Sports TV.